What do you get when the world's second largest economy decide to print trillion yuan out of thin air? A global economic roller coaster that about to make your bank accounts do backflips faster than you ordered that grand latte or latte grand, whatever. China just unleashed what economists are calling a stimulus blitz. And no, I'm not talking about some new energy drink that'll keep you wired in for days. We're talking about biggest economic shot in the arm since the pandemic, and it's going to hit you right in your portfolio. Remember all those doom scrolling sessions about China's economy imploding.
China's economy is in trouble and fears the country is, quote, a ticking time bomb.
The debt supercycle that came for the U.S. and Europe after the 2008 financial crisis could be knocking on China's door. They said that it is over.
And it's official, China's unstoppable growth has just come to an end.
Yeah, about that. It turns out Chinese government had a Uno reverse card up their sleeves and they just slammed it on the table. Now before you roll your eyes and think, great, another boring economics lecture. Let me break it down for you in a way that will actually matter to your life. Because trust me, what happens in Beijing doesn't stay in Beijing. It's gonna ripple through your Robinhood account faster than you can say, stonks. Look at this. I'm a full time content creator and a self proclaimed economy nerd. And these are 7 ways China's money printer is about to make your financial life more interesting than dating a Karen. I mean, they really satisfy you. We're talking about all your favorite financial nightmares student loans, housing market, and yes, even your precious crypto. But before we jump into the future, let's look into the past. The past where we all experienced at this point. Remember 2008?
Everyone else is watching and they're seeing these.
What the heck is going on down here? I don't know.
All of a sudden here, we started hearing screaming, buy, buy, buy.
I was 8 years old when 2008 happened. My father was fired from his job, and there were these songs in Telugu. Not this. Yeah, I survived my first recession. Congratulations. Here is your participation trophy. Now China is pulling moves that look eerily similar to what the US did back in the. They're pumping money into economy, making loans cheaper, and trying to save the real estate market from going fully 9/11. But let's be honest, these economic moves weren't made for you and me. They're made for big players to keep their game going. There was a time when we thought the 2008 playbook was retired, EU pumping money. Guess what? It's back in a new edition, now with Chinese characteristics. Now, some of you might be watching this like, I just want to know if I should buy more Dogecoin. Hold your horses, crypto bros. We'll get there. Keep your Bitcoin wallet closed for a second. It's fine, we got a bigger fish to fry. So we got 7 more tires to go. Is the next one to the moon territory? Not quite. If your financial strategy is based on meme, you might want to sit this one out. If you're here for a long-term game, buckle up. Let's break down what's China actually doing. Number 1. Reserve requirement ratio reduction. They are freeing up about 1 trillion yuan, that is roughly 142 billion USD, for new lending. It's like China telling its banks, hey, remember, all the money we made you keep in your piggy bank. Yeah, go wild with it now. Interest rate reduction on existing home loans. This move is estimated to save 50 million households around 150 billion yuan, approximately 21 billion USD per year. It's like China's version of Extreme Home Makeover Economy Edition. 3. Stock market support. They are throwing 500 billion yuan, roughly 70 billion USD, to help institutional investors buy more stock. Imagine if your rich uncle decide to prop up your lemonade stand, and that's basically what China is doing in stock market. Share buyback. A 300 billion yuan, about 42 billion USD, loan program to help companies buy back their own shares. It's like companies are swiping right on themselves on Tinder. All in all, we are looking approximately 1.95 trillion yuan or 275 billion USD of economic stimulus. For context, remember the US Troubled Asset Relief Program, TARP, back in 2008? That was 750 billion USD effort to stabilize the US financial systems. China is not quite there yet, but they're definitely in the same ballpark. Now you might be thinking, cool story, bro. What does this mean for me? Well, let me tell you, it's already making waves. The S&P 500 is up by 3.69%, Apple is up by 6.9%, and Nvidia, it's up by whopping 17.42%. For context, the S&P 500 usually grows about 8.23% in a whole year. We are halfway there in 1 month. So while you're wondering if your cheap Chinese earphones are worth 20 rupees more than last month, the global economy is doing backflips. Inflation, baby. It's not just a meme, it's our reality. Here's the kicker. China didn't actually recover from the COVID-19 pandemic, and we are almost half a decade away from the lockdown. And they really need the economic pedal to the metal. In the end, whether you're a struggling student drowning in loans, a young professional trying to buy your first home, or a wannabe crypto millionaire, China's economy moves are going to affect you. It's like the butterfly effect, but instead of butterflies, it's the dragon breathing fire on the global economy. So, what's next? No matter what, this Chinese economic roller coaster is going to impact your daily life. From your coffee habits to your retirement plans, if you even get to retire, am I right? We just need to rethink, are we going through another bubble? We are all in this together, trying to be adults in the world that seems determined to keep us on our toes. That is the game of global economies. We might be the players, but we are definitely not the ones writing the rules. It's a matter of time you may start learning Mandarin.
你好，张过，
Just in
你好，
case.
新亚，我必须说，现在，在苏黎世进州，我做很多采访，很多地方。